So I ran a poll a while back on my community tab, and this topic ended up being the winner. So without further ado, these are the reasons why I never attended art school. The first major reason is because of money. College is notoriously expensive enough, but art school cranks it to a new level. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of the tuition cost in terms of art school, especially CalArts, which to my awareness and the last time I checked it was actually close to about 60 grand a semester, which if you want to divide that by I don't want to say 4 because 4 is roughly about a year's worth of semesters. But basically, doing the math of multiplying 60k by the amount of 4 years you normally spend in college, yeah, so by doing the math, you're ultimately gonna be having to spend a lot of money that, let's be real here, most people don't have access to. And that's not including having to fork out things like loans, which are definitely going to have some kind of interest added into it, and art supplies, which we all know are not cheap. So unless if you're somebody who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or unless your parents are very supportive, be prepared to fork out at least 6 figures worth of loans that you're probably never going to be able to pay back. Oh, and by the way, here in the United States, you cannot declare bankruptcy on your student loans. And considering that I am one of many Americans who doesn't really have access to that kind of money, well, art school wasn't really an option for me, even if I were to go the route of taking a bunch of loans. To put things into perspective, the degree that I am currently studying in, loan-wise, it is about the same price as a semester's worth of going to art school. The second major reason is because of career prospects. Now, after being discouraged from going to art school, Ringling in particular, for those who may not know exactly what Ringling College is a art school that is located in my state, Florida. I think it's located in Sarasota, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll probably put it in post somewhere if I end up getting this information wrong. Anyways, it is an art school, and what it is primarily known for is it is basically a very prestigious art school. It is an art school where you are expected to be at least applying for either internships or at least getting some kind of connection or job for whatever field you're working in, whether it's animation, which is a very popular department for them, or doing graphic design, character design, whatever it is. Basically, they want you to have a very functional and neat and presentable resume that looks good for possible employers. And also, because of that, not only is the acceptance rate relatively low, but also the tuition is also crazy expensive. So after being discouraged from going to art school, I decided, oh well, if I don't really have the skills or the money to be able to go to art school, I could always get a literature degree. I could always end up with a writing gig in the animation department one way or another. Boy, was I engaging in some very happy thinking. So as it turned out, getting a literature degree wasn't going to be all sunshine and rainbows. The main reason why I was turned off from doing the literature degree is because of how limited those job prospects were. To put it simply, the best job I was gonna get was probably work as a literature teacher in high school. And that is definitely a job I do not want to work in. So that ultimately led to the career path that I am now, which we'll get to in a moment. The third and final major reason as to why I didn't go to art school is primarily because I felt like I wasn't ready for university at all. And considering that there really isn't an art school equivalent of community college, or let alone in my area, that just kind of wasn't an option. Granted, there are a few art-related programs in community colleges, but they're not necessarily going to be a prestigious art school, material that you would normally expect. The best you're probably going to get is somebody who is semi-competent, and at worst, you're probably going to get a teacher who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. So as I mentioned, I wasn't ready for university, and a large reason for that is because I didn't quite have the GPA or the SAT scores for me to get into traditional university, that and also not really having the money to cover for it. So I opted to go to community college with a mass communications degree, which honestly, one of these days I should probably do a video all about community college and why I feel it's probably your best bet to do, especially if you are unsure about going to a traditional 4-year university. And I say this largely because going to community college has probably been one of the best decisions that I made in my life. So, of course, that kind of leaves me with the last point that I want to talk about, which is what happened, and more importantly, do I regret not going to art school? As it currently stands, I am finishing up my bachelor's program in mass communications. The concentration that I have is broadcast production, which is basically me working behind the scenes with TV and radio, which explains why I love video editing so much, and that kind of led me down to the career path that I am now today. In terms of me regretting not going to art school, I don't necessarily regret it. On one hand, I feel like I kind of missed out on an opportunity of being able to make friends with local artists like myself and being able to have potential connections, but at the same time, I could very easily do that on the internet, teach myself not only how to do art on the internet, but also be able to connect with people like local artists and all that through the internet, but at the same time, there's that human element that's missing. But now the reason why I say that I don't really regret not going to art school is because I feel like the program that I settled with, not only am I happy with it, but it's also a program that I do genuinely care about. Even though I may not show it, I do genuinely care about journalism. I have a copy of the AP style book, 2 copies in fact, one from 2015 and another one from, I think this year or last year, but point being is that not only do I keep myself up to date, but it's a field that I do genuinely care about. And it's also one of the reasons why I keep doing this YouTube stuff, because not only is it a creative outlet for me, but it is also a way for me to showcase my video editing skills and to test myself. So that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for listening or just simply watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.